I'm Erin Halpen, and today we'll talk about an exhibition that's happening at Tate Modern in London, performing for the camera 5 keys artists. What do the critics think? The curator Simon Baker selected his top 5 artists from the forthcoming performing for the camera. With over 50 photographers on display performing for the camera, explore the relationship between photography and performance, from the start of Victorian stage to the art happenings of the 1960s and today's trend for selfies. Nadar Gaspar Félix Tournachon was the most successful and best-known photographer in 19th century Paris. His studio was such a hangout for celebrities of the time that it has been likened to Andy Warhol's factory. Nadar's most iconic portraits are of the writers like Charles Baudelaire and actresses like Sarah Bernhardt, both of whom look seriously stylish with the nude shadow look that Nadar perfect. Nadar and his brother Adrien also collaborate with another actor, Charles de Bourreau, who was well known at the time for having role Pierrot, the white, sad clown-like character often seen in French pantomime from his dad. He went to the Nadar studio and mimicked a whole series of his trademarked poses, surprised, laughing, crying, and so on. Francesca Woodman died tragically young, committing suicide at age of 22. But this didn't stop her from becoming one of the most innovative and promising artists of her generation. Although most of her work was made when she was little more than a student, she transformed an extremely limited and improvising environment into a space of fantasy and experimentation. Most of her photographies are of intimate scene in which she moves and poses her own body, often naked, within empty scruffy spaces that evoke haunted house or the dreamscapes of surrealism. Eiko Hosoe is the last surviving member of a great generation of Japanese photographers and is described even by his peers as sensei or master. Although his work now looks classical and formally beautiful, Hosoe was a groundbreaking artist in his youth, collaborating with the most colorful characters of the 1960s avant-garde. He worked with the writer and bodybuilder Yukio Mishima, famous in Japan for having committed ritual suicide after failing to overthrow the government, as well as many more conventional actors and dancers. The best-known work was made with the dancer and choreographer Tatsumi Ijikata, who founded the Japanese dance movement Buto. Published as a luxury photo book, Kayamashi refers to a mysterious spirit that the Japanese believe cuts your leg when you walk through long grass in the countryside. Tokyo Humando works right and the edge of the slippery boundary between the sexualization of the female form in Japanese photography and the rising wave of so-called girly photographers in Japan. Although historically there have been relatively few famous women photographers in Japan, Humando's generation have taken over the dark, eroticized imagery associate with the work of male photographers like Nobuyoshi Araki to produce their own vision of sexuality and intimacy that challenge gender boundaries. Humando's work plays fast and loose the cliches of erotic photography through the use of her own body posed to express both of her fantasies and to suggest those the imagines projected onto her by others. Amalia Ullman shot to fame with a surf delivered through her Instagram account, which followed both her own followers and art world critics. Over the course of 4 months, Woman produced an elaborate performance through Instagram posts pretending to move to Los Angeles and trying to fit in by having plastic surgery and taking up Californian hobbies. Woman's work was a brilliantly convincing version of the celebrity Instagram crazy, where millions of followers apparently seem to care what pop stars and reality TV personalities had for breakfast. Thank you.